Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? I'm excited. I hope you're excited. We're going to build some confidence. The big C, we are going to build some confidence. And you know what I like about confidence? I like confidence. I do. I like it a lot. I think I like it a lot because it reminds me of whenever my daughter Nola was 2 or 3. She did this soccer program called, was it Soccer Tots? Is that what it was called? I can't remember the name of the program, but her coach will get them all around, and I also love coaches too. And the coach she would say, "All right, say it after me. I believe in myself." And then all the kids, right, 2, 3 years old, I believe in myself. And I thought to myself, self-confidence. Self-confidence goes a long way. Self-confidence helps us smile, helps us walk with our head up. It helps us feel okay when we cry. It helps us feel strong when we share those deep emotions and thoughts, when we're vulnerable, when we expose ourselves. Self-confidence isn't just about walking tall, if you will, like Dwayne Johnson. That was a good movie. Self-confidence is also about being able to sit down with yourself and give yourself space to feel. Give yourself space to say, I'm not going to avoid those, deep emotions that are in there. Self-confidence is also about being with your close friends and your family and being able to stick to your boundaries and having that genuine relationship with them as well as with yourself. So I want to share today some strategies that you can take to be able to build that self-confidence. All right, I want you to ride with me. I want you to take a step back. I want you to learn. I want you to grow. Here we go. The first one we're going to get into, and I do have my notes down here, so my eyes are going to move a little bit, is part of self-confidence is accepting your limitations. Accepting your limitations. I'm not 6 feet tall. I'm vertically challenged. So I've got a couple of choices, don't I? One of those choices is that I can carry on through my life, beating myself up, attacking myself, and wanting to be taller. And being very honest with you, I hope I don't cry there in this moment, is growing up, I did struggle with that heavily. I wanted to hit 5'8". I wanted to hit 5'9". I'm not a very tall person. I wanted to hit 5'10". I'd be in classrooms and I would think to myself, maybe through K through 12, and be like, oh, maybe that girl will be into me if I was a little bit taller, or if I was this. And part of that mentality was just not accepting those limitations. I grew up with a brother that continues to be an exceptional artist. He draws things and you think this dude took a picture of it. Are you sure you drew that shit? Or was that a picture? I mean, ridiculously talented. And I'm over here drawing. I don't know if you've ever seen that Dave Chappelle episode where he's drawing a stick figure of that girl. That's what I'm drawing. I'm like, how do we come out of the same womb? What's going on? So in life we're given opportunities, right? We're given opportunities to accept our limitations or to not accept them, right? And I know in my life, I struggle with that heavily, where I would want something I didn't have. I would want to be better at this, or I would want to be taller, or I would want to be able to hold the pen so I could draw without it shaking, and maybe it would lead to a better life. And it didn't lead to a better life. It led to just not accepting myself. And then something really beautiful happens. This moment where you kind of just take a deep breath and you're able to think to yourself and go, I love me for who I am. I love, this 5'7" person. On a good day when I get my shoes on, maybe I'm pushing, a little quarter inch there or more. Being able to be silly with ourselves too is important. So you may notice sometimes in these videos I try to laugh a lot, I try to smile a lot. I do that because it boosts our dopamine, our serotonin, which work to stabilize our mood, which works to make us feel just a little bit better. And we have control over that, right? We can go or, and both of those go a long way. So the first one I want to share with you today is taking time to accept our limitations. And part of that process is getting to know our limitations, being okay with who we are. The next point I want to get into has to do with boosting our self-esteem, our self-esteem. I think I said self-esteem. Our self-esteem is becoming more aware of our negative voice. That voice that breaks us down. Sometimes that shit will just turn on as soon as we wake up. It's going to be a shitty day. You don't like the job that you have. What are you doing with your life? I haven't even picked up a cup of coffee yet. And my thoughts, the negative ones, are just racing. It's over there like the Flash. They're just going and going, really breaking me down. And again, we have ownership over this. We have a choice. We have a choice to be able to say, let me get a sheet of paper and let me write down these negative thoughts. And then let me draw a big old vertical line in between it, right? So I got my negative thoughts there. I got a vertical line in the middle. And you're probably thinking what's going to go on the right side. On the right side is love, baby. Love. I'm going to reframe those thoughts. I'm going to reframe them. I'm going to find a way to shift them so that I can feel better. I think it's important for us to acknowledge that battle of negative thoughts, more than likely it'll always be there. I love reading, and I've read so many books that have to do with development, self-development, building your best version, going through school, continuing now. Hopefully at some point I'll finish up my doctorate. And I noticed that negative thoughts are going to be there. Positive thoughts are going to be there. Good days are going to be there. Bad days are going to be there. And one thing that remains consistent is you and I taking ownership over our positive thoughts, taking ownership over our negative thoughts, and being able to show up for ourselves. So the second strategy to boost your self-confidence is being able to acknowledge, what are my negative thoughts? And then being able to understand where they come from. What's their origin? And then do some due diligence there, do some work on them. And then over time, you'll notice that they will decrease. Also, your ability to knock them right back, to knock them down, and then build some good ones, it's going to get better over time. The next one I actually want to share with you, and again, I've got my notes here, so my eyes are going down. I'd like for you to focus on building your self-confidence by identifying what you're a master of, identifying your strengths. We all got strengths. It's just, I think sometimes we don't love up on ourselves maybe in the way that we ought to love up on ourselves. I'll give you an example. I woke up this morning and I brushed my teeth. Now, I didn't go, well, Juan, look at you killing it brushing your teeth. You going right, you going left, you doing some in the middle. And then I went and I grew my beard and I put a little putty on my hair. And before that, I woke up and I went and got my wife some coffee. But I didn't go through the moments of praising myself for those skills, because at the end of the day, they are skills. And I get that you may be listening and maybe you're thinking, because I do at times, and I have to kind of push that away from myself. And I'll think to myself, well, those aren't that big of a deal. Just like some people out there may say, well, graduating from high school is no big of a deal. We're not going to celebrate that. We're going to celebrate, celebrating from college or graduate school. But why do that? Why not celebrate all of it? That's a good way to make ourselves feel better. And that's a good way to boost self-esteem. So this strategy here, what it has to do with self-awareness. I want you to think about the skills that you are a master of, the skills that you're really good at. Are you an artist? Are you really good at being empathetic? Are you good at showing kindness? Are you that person that holds doors for other people? Or are you willing to go out of your way for others? Are you really good at keeping a green lawn? I'm not. I'm working on that. Are you really good at cleaning your gutters? Are you good when it comes to DIY projects? Do you bake that good ass apple pie? Do you know how to make that brown rice that some people struggle to make? What are you good at? And then be a master of it. Spend time with it and give yourself praise around that area. What that does is it helps us build confidence. And as a side little note, if you want to tackle this to boost self-confidence as well, for 45 days or for 30 days, somewhere around there, pick one skill, one thing to learn. So it could be guitar. And then practice it. For those, do your due diligence. Over time, you'll pick up that skill and it'll help boost self-confidence. The next one that we're going to look at, and we're doing good here at it, hopefully we are learning, hopefully we're growing. The next one that we're going to look at is to not overlook things that you are good at. And that one ties into the other one, it does. But again, sometimes we do that. So imagine if that became like this little phrase that you walked with each day in life. I will not overlook the things that I am good at. And you're forced to stop and to think about all the things that you're doing. And then give yourself some love, give yourself some praise. More than likely, right? I put a couple of cents there, or some gold nuggets, or whatever it may be. The self-esteem will go up over time. And then the last one that I want to share with you, let's see. I got a lot of good ones here. Which one do I want to share with you? I want to go back into taking time to compliment yourself. Complimenting ourselves, that's a really good way to boost our self-esteem. And sometimes we may struggle with that. I've run into certain individuals where they'll share with me, I have a hard time complimenting myself. I could throw it out to other people. So what I like to share there is I like to share, how does it feel when you throw out a compliment to other people? How does it make them feel? Well, more than likely they feel good. They feel a little more confident, right? So there's a process there for confidence. If I feed blank, then my confidence will grow. If I feed myself with praise, then my confidence will grow. So what we could do here, just keep it very black and white. We can get another sheet of paper, right? On there, so right at the top, what am I going to do to feed my self-confidence? Or you could put on there, what can I say to feed my self-confidence? And then write down all the things that you could say to yourself to feed your self-confidence. And then evaluate it. Jobs have performance evaluations, don't they? Every 3 months, every 6 months, you sit down, supervisor, employer, whoever they may be, and they go into performance, making sure that things are going in the way that they should go. Why not do that for ourselves when it comes to self-confidence? So now that you have these words written down and you're praising yourself and you're giving yourself credit, see what it's like at the end of 7 days that you've done this consistently. You're walking with your chest a little bit higher. Are you smiling a little bit more? Are you proud of yourself? Do you feel good? Is your self-confidence going up? And I think it will over time. So I hope that today was helpful. I hope you got some good nuggets. I hope that you know how to improve your self-esteem. Not self-esteem, self-confidence. Look at me, getting too excited about a whole different topic. Let me know what you think. As always, send a comment, reply. Let's have a conversation. Let's grow together. Continue to do all the beautiful and amazing things that you're doing.